Jayco Alante 31V here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. If you like what you see, you'd like to learn more, I'd like to let you know right up front a couple things. There is a link in the video description for folks just on YouTube that'll direct you to our site. Pardon me. It'll show you what we have in stock and how much we're asking with its specific set of options, because this might not be the exact coach with the exact equipment we have in stock. I just like to point that out. Let's just get going here. At the end of the video, by the way, I'm going to close all the slides, so if you want to see what it looks like in travel mode, either stay with us or skip ahead to the end. If you don't care about the outside, you just want to see the interior, maybe skip forward somewhere in the little track bar of the video, because there's a lot to cover. Even though this is kind of where the Class A motorhomes from the Jayco family start, there's still so much going on here. This is a sleeper, guys. This is a deceptively good product with a lot more going on than meets the eye. At a glance, you look, say, it's a little plain. But that's always kind of been Jayco. They have what I call a casual elegance. They've always been a little muted, a little understated, and their value is not necessarily in the glitz and the glitter, though I do think this has got a very clean, modern look to it. Their value is in what's under the skin a little bit, and thankfully some of what we can see here too, such as the largest front window really in its class. This is the biggest front window of any Class A gas motorhome. It's the exact same windshield they use on Jayco Integra like diesel pushers, you know, so you get more visibility. You'll also notice you have the thinnest side beams, corner beams right here of anything in its class. As a driver of the motorhome, you are going to like that, because not only as a passenger do you get more visibility of your views, hopefully you're seeing something other than just the other motorhomes that we carry here at HaylettRV, but you get to see, like, if there's that tiny little Geo Metro 1997 car parked right here, you can see that as the driver. You can't do that in a lot of other coaches. We've also got this big full front one-piece nose cap. And by the way, it is just windy. You can see the wind whipping through the trees out here. Hopefully the camera's not getting distorted too badly by that. There's just so many things I can control, and the weather is not one of them. Anyway, full one-piece nose cap. There's no seams, really, for water to be able to sneak through and penetrate. That means that your front wall seam actually is on the side of the coach, where it doesn't get harsh wind buffeting and whatnot. It starts with that one-piece fiberglass roof, that big crowned roof up there, and it actually curls all the way around. It actually has a little bit of a more than 180-degree arch on this, so that it is always protected. These, by the way, ride on a Ford chassis with a really big, powerful Triton V10. That is a motor we've always liked here at HaylettRV. We put it in our own service trucks because the thing is just a hoss. It is a workhorse. Of course, you know, you expect pretty much in today's market a generator on a nice motorhome like this, and in point of fact, you are not left unsatisfied. You've got your own and built-in generator right here. Now, something else I like to talk about. I like that they went with a sideways hinge on these doors, because it makes it so you don't have to like duck under things quite so severely. Also, these are extra thick. They're pretty heavy. They're fully laminated with these nice compression latches. People want to slam those. They're not a slam latch. They're a compression latch. You give it a little push and it locks in place. While we're down here, let's talk storage. One of the reasons you're looking at a motorhome, specifically like Class A versus a Class C, is probably storage. Now, they give you a pair of these full pass-throughs here on the 31V. You've got one here, you've got another one there. You got some awesome outside storage. Now, this is a Class A gas, so you do have an extended drivetrain that runs through here. That's why you don't have full access to this. It's partially obstructed. Most manufacturers of Class A gases, though, especially at this price point, guys, you'll get a little side bucket, but where you meet the chassis rails, they put a full wall up and you lose storage. You don't have that going on here in the Alante series. Something else you get on the Alante that you don't normally get is the J-Ride package, exclusive to Jayco. Kind of why it's got the whole J in the name. It's a multi-stage process. It begins with that drive shaft that I mentioned. It's a 3-segment drive shaft. When you bring in a chassis from Ford and you stretch it into a motorhome chassis, you have to split the drive shaft. Each section is then computer balanced by MORRIDE. Now, that's where most manufacturers stop. Jayco goes the next step. What they do is they take and reassemble the entire drivetrain system and rebalance it as a whole. balancing individual sections is not the same as balancing the system. That's an extra step Jayco does. What that's going to do, guys, it's going to keep that vibration feeling out of the steering wheel and just help eliminate stress on the coach in general. You've got Bilstein high performance shocks, you know, so that you've got a smoother ride. The longer your trip, the better this will continue to handle versus brand X. They will slowly deteriorate in ride and handling over time, especially your front end. Really where you're going to notice that is when you make those heavy turns at speeds and you feel like the whole coach is slugging over sideways. These shocks will help keep that thing in place. You've got isolation jounce bouncers, so where the chassis meets the coach. There's these giant rubber shock dampeners to give you the best handling, quietest riding, Class A gas coach experience in the industry, period. Now, another thing that they do here that I really like is you have both rear and front anti-sway bars. And Jayco actually removes the Ford factory rear anti-sway bar and puts one on that's 50% thicker, which provides, 30 or 66% more stability. And then they do it all over again on the front. So they're stopping sway in the front, and then they're controlling what little does occur with the back. So this thing does shoot straight as an arrow. When you get passed by a semi or get hit by those wicked cross breezes like you would today on the highway, this would normally get pushed all over. This thing will continue to go straight as an arrow. You see the slide awning covers on here. That is to help protect your investment for longer periods of ownership. And a lot of times at this class and price point, you don't get this high gloss skin. You can see the reflectivity even on the shadow side of the trailer here. You get a lot of Phylon, and there's nothing wrong with Phylon. Phylon's where you can still see the fibers in the fiberglass, but they go above and beyond here. And that's what I mean, guys. This has a casual, understated elegance to it. It's easily overlooked. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. 5,000-pound tow-rated hitch, pretty common in this class. I don't see anything really below that, but I don't believe there's really anything above that in this class. But a big awning. They put like a maximum size awning on here. With full-length LED lighting, so when you're at your campsite, you've got this huge unobstructed patio space, and I'm into that. I like that, and I like that they put the entertainment toward the back of the coach, because this is a little more private. Up front, by the front of the coach, that's where you get the travel, the foot traffic. Back here, oh, there's your wind, case in point. It's given us a good demonstration of those powered entry steps down there. Check that out. And thankfully, I'm not too worried about it because the gas strut on the door is keeping anything from getting slammed around. The outside entertainment. This is something you normally see more reserved for like the big brother Jayco Precept and not the little brother Alante. They are bringing the popular features like this to a new price point and market. This is the kind of stuff you don't usually get at these dollars and cents. That's what I like about this. It's a true second zone entertainment. You've got different inside-outside entertainment because you have your own inside-outside AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth player. It only does everything, guys. Let's look at this door that's flapping in the breeze. We already talked about the double power step. Easy entry, easy exit. You see how dark these windows are? You can't really see through it, but you can see out easily. Case in point. So if someone is standing on your steps, knocking on your door, maybe welcoming you to the campsites, well, you can see who it is. But unless they got their nose just really pressed against this glass, and even then, I mean, it's hard to see, they're not going to get a peek in your coach. And I'm glad this big blue sticker's here because I forgot to talk about warranties. That's probably one of the first things I should have talked about on any Jayco coach, and that's one of the things that we like about them here at HaylettRV, is that there is no one in this class with a better warranty. Of course, you've got Jayco's full 2-year inclusive bumper to hitch. Well, actually bumper to bumper on a motorhome, though it does have a hitch on the back. I did the same thing yesterday on a Precept. I stumbled on that. Anyway, you get the idea. 2-year all-inclusive warranty. That's twice what you normally get. Now, on top of that, you've got your Ford chassis has a 3-year warranty, and your Ford Triton engine and torque shift transmission also each have their own 5-year warranties. There is no better warranted coach in this class. Something else I want to talk about. In this class, you also don't usually get your power side mirrors here with built-in remote camera, so that when you flip on your blinker, you can see if that little Geo Metro I talked about is over here in your blind spot. You don't have that worry in your Jayco Alante. I like that our power's right next to the door when we step in. All right, so there's different decors. Remember, this coach here in this video. This might not be the Alante 31V we have in stock. This might just be one of the Alante 31Vs we have had in stock. And the longer the model year goes on, the more chances of changes taking place through the product line that are not reflected in this video. That's why I leave those photos down in the video description. It says check for price and availability. The photo tours on our website will match the unit. This video may not. You never know. So let's start from the bottom and work our way up because we have a lot to cover here. The flooring, carpetless. Other than the cab, which is pretty common. But they use a power gear slide system. It's an above floor slide system, so it comes in and out quick, easy, and it highly reliable, but it also means you don't need carpet over here. They have recently updated, touched up the decors of these, and they've gotten very modern and residential here, and I love this. I tell you, this might not be the decor we have in stock, but I like this one. I like this light, dark contrast. This is beautiful. They have definitely stepped up their interiors from last year. I've always liked the rugged reliability of the Alantes here. It's one of the things that we enjoy most about them at HaylettRV. It's just, they look the part now. They always performed well, but man, do they look the part now. Let's keep moving our way up. Extra tall slide. It's like a, what, 6'4"-ish slide. I haven't hard measured it. But you can actually, not bump your head in this thing. And you see that the taller slide means we can still have good sized windows for cross breeze and light and still get good overhead storage. Now, they didn't chintz out. They still went with the double metallic strutted baggage or overhead compartment doors. Because when it comes to storage, I've said it 100 times, I'll say it again, every ounce counts. Every ounce counts when it comes to storage. And I like that we've got real pulls. We've got real handles, not like knobs. And just little stuff like that. There's a lot to talk about even in the cockpit area of this one. This is one of the areas you also want to look at a Class A instead of a Class C. Because you get these, the twin captain's chairs that flip around for you. As opposed to a Class C where the chair is always fixed forward. This extends your use and living space in a way that a Class C can't match. And that's why they have the extra little table here, which is obviously removable. It's kind of like pontoon style for those familiar with the marine industry, where you can just sort of unlock it from the floor. But it doesn't have a big, like mount. It actually locks and recesses into the floor. Now, something else I like on these, we've got these, all the windows have these nice, easy, slow rise shades. You don't have the pleated shades with the strings that can get busted or anything like that. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. It's just nice that we don't have to deal with it. We've also got a big power front shade up here, and you can see that located right next to the automatic leveling controls. So you've got, when you're going down the road, you can easily bring this up or down however you need to give you, like, maximum visibility without getting blinded by a high-line sun. Like when you're in your car and your fold-down visor just can't quite get to the sun. You're not going to run into that here. But this is one of the options we love to put in our Jayco Class 8s because no one does it better. There are lots of nice coaches out there, certainly, and they all have good qualities. My message to you is if a dealer doesn't take the time to educate you like we are, why are you buying there? If they're not going to tell you about it, why would you want to buy there? Anyway, that's, educating you guys is the cornerstone of our business here at HaylettRV. We are built on return and referral sales. We are not a buy it and fly it place. That's why we only do everything: hitches, pieces, parts, trades, financing, everything. Truck and trailer package deals, if that's your thing. We can take trucks and trailers in on trade on your motorhome. We do everything here, so you don't have to. But this overhead bunk is an area that no one has done better yet. It kind of gives you the advantage of the Class C. That is the one thing a Class C in recent years has done better, is extra sleeping capacity or overhead storage capacity. Now, we've regained that luxury here in a Class A. All you do is just kind of, I've already got it on. This is all the easier it is. And now that little seatbelt lock right there, that's actually a disconnect. You can see the little wire housing on that. When you have this hooked up, it will stop that from dropping down. Now that light, kind of like your refrigerator, it kicks on automatically when this is in the all the way down position. a couple things I like to point out. I always forget. There is a ladder included, and there are little rails so that, your grandkids or kids or whoever don't fall out of the bed. So there are safety rails included with this. That's another reason I like to point out these overhead privacy shades, because they give the sleeping area full privacy. I think they did that very well. But here's what I mean by no one does this better. 750-pound bunk rating. Anyone else in the industry doing this has 350 to 500-pound overhead bed rating. All Jayco front cabin overhead beds, Class A, Class C, whatever, are 750-pound rated. They made that consistent through the entire family, and I think they did that great. Now, a huge thing I should have talked about sooner. Let me lift this back up and get it out of the way. Plus, you get to see just how easy this is. Did you notice how that light kicked off for us? Do-bo-bo. Little awkward waiting phase here in the video. Alright, so you're in a motorhome. You're like, oh yeah, okay, it's got a touchscreen navigation system and whatnot. But what if you just don't feel like sitting in the driver's seat and messing around with this? What if you're sitting by the campfire and you want to plan out a route for tomorrow? Well, Jayco gives you that ability. This is fully dismountable. I can sit by my campfire. I can sit in my comfy sofa. I can sit here and plan my route. I can view what areas of interest are in the area around me after I get there. Not while I'm driving. Not I have to leave my family to go up to the front of the camper, or coach rather, to mess with this thing. This is all in one spot. The only thing this doesn't do is play CDs, but is anyone actually playing CDs anymore? I mean, if you are, unfortunately, you are kind of the exception to the rule. And the good news is, your entertainment system that's up there can go ahead and play one anyway, so it's not like you lost that ability. You've got actually a LG Blu-ray player up here, so whatever you want to watch, you still can, or listen to, as it were. Flipping around. Great kitchen in this one. That's one of my other very favorite facets of this layout, is you have excellent kitchen space and storage. Good drawer space, good cabinet space. I don't even have everything open, but I think you get the idea. And you've got a very nice, wide open prep space right here. And when I'm sitting in our seating, in our slide out, I've got just the perfect view of the entertainment system. That is perfectly placed, and it's mounted up high enough that the chances of you splashing something to it, pretty slim to none. And speaking of splashing, they put a serious full baseboard or splash guard or whatever you want to call it along this countertop here. It's not a wallpaper. They actually did it right. Double stainless bowl again. Everything is heavy duty and rugged. They might have gone with a simpler look and feel here and there, but this is just 100% effective. And a recent update is they've gone to the larger residential sized microwave. Now, something I like to talk about on these, because this is super uncommon in this class and this price point, is the double air conditioner. This is a 30 amp coach with a double AC system. How do they do that? Well, they have a power management system so that your living room AC is pretty much the master. It'll run all the time. Generally speaking, when you kick on the air, it'll go ahead and run the second AC as well. However, if you want to start firing up the microwave or a hairdryer or something like that, what it'll do is it'll first just turn off like the compressor of the rear AC. It'll leave the fan going, and then, for the 2 minutes that you're warming up a bowl of soup, the compressor turns off. Then as soon as that's done, bang, kicks the compressor back on. There's no discernible break in service. So you get the benefits of the second AC without the cost of the heavier electrical system. It is just it's another thing that Jayco is just absolutely killing it on. But it's often overlooked. It's hard to see. It's hard to appreciate that. Remember the nice slow rise shades through the whole thing. And little detail stuff like this, like how your little supplement seating spaces have extra light switches over here. You just got to learn which switch goes to what. It's kind of like when you get a new house and you're like, what switch goes to where? Now notice this. Everywhere that you can sit, including the rear-facing dinette seats, has seat belts. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seat belts in this thing. So not only can this move, sleep, and accommodate your family, but it can get them down the road safely. And that's why Jayco has extra taillights on them. That's another thing we like about them at HaylettRV. They have more safety-conscious features. Another thing we like about Jayco at Haylett's, because we've seen this for years, they've always called it the Dream Dinette. When you're ready, this is just an easy up-down dinette. Now, obviously, it goes below the cushions. This is just a quick demonstration. And when you're ready to bring it back up, there you go. And when you're done with it, all you do is just lock it in place. That's all there is to it. Notice, too, Nice wide open space below the dinette, so you don't have a knee knocker. It's a no knee knocker dinette. Gas electric traveler's fridge, very popular, and that's something we generally prefer here at HaylettRV. It kind of depends on the model and what your expected use is for it, though. You know, every time we build something, someone's going to say that we built it. It doesn't matter what I have in stock. It always seems to be the wrong one. I got a wicked habit of missing bathrooms, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. The 7-foot tall interior of these is something that I appreciate here at Haylett's because I'm a tall guy. And I like that I can stand in the shower. And here's the other thing. This is a wider shower than what you tend to get in a lot of private bathroom Class A's. And having that shoulder room to not have to stand sideways to bathe is really, really on point. Spinning around, you can see that this is simple, but it's good looking. It's clean. I like that they stayed consistent with the countertops and the sinks being stainless from the kitchen to the bathroom. That double vanity there is nice. Again, you got a big privacy shade here, so you don't got to worry about people, I don't know, peeking at you, as it were. The rear master bed slides out so that we get that nice walk-around space. You can see they did include headboard windows for good airflow, overhead storage up here, and this is no joke. This is actually good storage. And again, they didn't scale down the hardware. They kept everything very consistent that way. And even the linens have improved from last year in the Alante series. You know, we've been carrying the Alantes really since their inception at HaylettRV here, and this is the best looking one yet. And I like every room just has, I mean, there's good aggressive lighting in here. Storage. This has impressive bedroom storage going on. You've got two of these his and hers big wardrobe closets, and you can see that we've just got loads and loads and loads of dresser storage, and they're all extension drawers. There is nothing lost in here. These are all drawer. I mean, everything in this opens right up just for all sorts of storage. There's just nothing wasted. If you feel like putting entertainment stuff in your bedroom, this is one of the areas where the Alante can differ from the Precept. Precept will include bedroom entertainment. The Alante, you can add it if you please. Or you've just got storage here. And this is a drop-down door so that you can add like entertainment things like a rear DVD player or something like that if you're so inclined. Let's go. Let me close everything up. We're going to close the slides again. I invite you folks to visit the HaylettRV website in the video description so that you can see and learn more. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I saw this. I forget to talk about how the Alante has tank heaters, something usually reserved for a bigger, more expensive Class A. You get that here as well. Go ahead and close everything up. By the way, this is the rear bed is on a Schwintek slide system. It sounds funny, you actually have to hit the button twice. The first time like activates the system because it's on a battery disconnect so that you don't drain your battery. The second time you hold it and it will activate the slide out. Another thing I like about this model, I see a lot of different motorhomes here at HaylettRV, but you can close the slide without losing the bed. If you just need to crawl into bed overnight because you've been traveling all night and get the sleep out of your eyes, this is the perfect coach to do it. I see a lot of different things at Haylett's, and it's this extra stuff that I see that I like on these. Now, the Power Gear slide system in the living room, it moves, buddy. You better have stuff put away. And I purposely left these drawers out so you can see how you can't accidentally crush anything. And even if someone's in the kitchen, like if these drawers are open, you still have plenty of walk-through, pass-through space. This is an awesome model. They've done a great job with it. Give you a quick view from the other angle with the slides closed, then we'll go outside. Again, link in the video description. I encourage you folks to visit that. We are simple and easy to deal with. We don't have hidden price games or anything like that here at HaylettRV. Battery dropped out on me. Quick battery swap. I was hoping I'd get through the video before that ended up, but once again, we only do everything at HaylettRV, so you don't have to. Here's what she looks like going down the road. You're gonna still have questions. I've covered, I don't know, 24 minutes or something on this video. You're gonna have more questions. Call us. We live an hour from the factory. Every one of our guys is factory trained. We've all walked the production lines of these, most of us multiple times. I've been there, I don't know, every year at least once since 2009 or something like that. So, I mean, you know, that's kind of what's nice about being local to these guys. We get to see them from the inside out. There's things under the skin that you can't necessarily understand or grasp, but we've been exposed to. Use our knowledge, use our experience, use our big volume bulk purchasing power that we have here, and get a good deal on a motorhome. Doesn't matter where you live. Doesn't matter where you live. we can make a deal come together. All we ask is the opportunity. That's it. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.